Hey everyone, Pizza Squirtle here with some hashtag tips and tricks pro basketball Grand Slam engineer advice. So right now, I'm playing the name of the game engineer class on the classic, infamous Dust Bowl. So this gameplay had me thinking, what is the right and wrong way of playing the engineer? Now I'm not talking about no sentry placement tactics, which wrench to use, when to use mini sentries, because you don't. I'm talking about shotguns and when to use them. Like, you use the Widowmaker if your aim is good. You use the Thompson if your wee-wee is small. Hey, but what about the Frontier Justice? You don't. But today, I feel like comparing probably the two most popular NG shotguns. The Stock and the Rescue Ranger. These are definitely my two favorite shotguns in the game, and they are both really viable in different situations. In this life, I'm using the stock shotgun, but I don't really use it to its full effect. The question I ask for myself when I'm trying to choose is, am I going to focus more on myself or on my sentry? Because the stock shotgun is the best shotgun for getting out of a bad situation and defending yourself, while the Rescue Ranger can get your sentry out of a bad situation, but if your sentry dies, you can consider yourself dead as well. So here, I'm focusing more on my sentry, but I don't have the weapon equipped for it. See how I have to get up close to the rocket and heavy span to be able to repair it? This would have gone a lot smoother had I used the Rescue Ranger. I'm practically struggling to live and get just a tiny bit more health. And then I thought my damn sentry was turning on me, but it was just a spee. Anyways, that demo span did so much damage to me as well, like, this is just not going good. I'm forced to move my dispenser closer to me so I don't freaking die. So I would have had a much better time living and shit had I used the Rescue Ranger, but you know, it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, everything's going downhill and the fucking arrow gets me, but people learn from their mistakes, and now I know to put on the Rescue Ranger. And another tip, if you're in a hurry, just build your sentry to level 2, you dingus. Still fires the same, just no rockets.
For your health.
So now, it's the ultimate test. A test of vitality and strength while using the Rescue Ranger. Luckily for me, I got a little NG bud to help me through the test. So, something else I enjoy about the Rescue Ranger is its single projectile bullet. It's good for firing pot shots at mid-range bad dudes. Just don't stand out there for too long like I did. Fucking idiot. So now things are starting to heat up like hell. My team's attacking, I'm trying to keep my sentry alive. It's all just a big fuck. If I didn't have my Rescue Ranger, both me and my sentry would be dead right about now. But it's okay because the Rescue Ranger is pretty much saving my whole team from a push. Unfortunately, they do get the first cap, but I'm just getting started on my reign of terror, boy. So thanks to the Rescue Ranger, I was able to get my sentry out of that line of fire as it was on its last dying breath. No sweet release for you, pal. So I don't have to waste any of my time repairing it. I can just give it a few good shots and boom, profit. So this is where the Thompson would have come into use, but I'm no pussy. I can take care of a damn spy.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So the dispenser's down, my NG buddy is down, but I'm on my own at this last point. I ought to write a novel about this survival story, eh? So I make a questionable play here. I lay down my dispenser, and instead of just waiting for it to build, I make a beeline for the health pack and ammo in here. I mean, it's okay, I somehow make it unscathed by the spam. So I get back here, fire a few pot shots, yada yada yada, and then soldiers are coming, the demos are coming, everything's blowing up, and then it's a big fuck, but I make it out of there with my same sentry, boy. That's another thing about the Rescue Ranger. You feel connected with your sentry. It's kind of like an emotional thing, you know. It's like your sentry. It's just more than ones and zeros. It's your child. It's like your little program to kill people child. A little serial killer child. Alright, who wrote serial with the C in the script? So this is a pretty nice strategy. You build a dispenser in range of picking up your sentry with the Rescue Ranger, and it makes it kind of like a home base. When things head south, you just get your sentry. You just get your sentry and your dispenser, and it's all good. And it also ensures you're not being a greedy little bitch with your dispenser. It can help the whole team if placed in a good spot. So the Rescue Ranger just gives you a lot of mobility and a lot of strategic options. That's why it's one of my personal favorite guns. So as you can see, I don't have to be in the line of fire while repairing my sentry. It's just doing work. I can chill out here. It's honestly just a pretty nice party. Like I mentioned before, I'm being a team player by giving these people a good dispenser. I deserve a pat on the back. So I see a pyro, it's just a false alarm, but you always want to stay alert for potential up-close threats with the fucking Rescue Ranger. There you go, friendo compagno. So my sentry is still kicking ass, taking names, and I'm still looking out after it. So fast forward a bit, and we'll see where I make a mistake. So right here, yeah, like, my sentry is distracting the soldier a bunch, but I really should have just moved the sentry with the ranger while I could. As you can see. But this is where the backup dispenser comes into use. Look at me, I'm in a chill spot, and I'm easily building back my sentry, and I don't know what that scout was doing there. I don't know what he was doing, I don't know what his business was, but you do you, man. So of course, before moving your sentry again, you want to make sure you look both ways before crossing the street. And you know, I thought it looked safe until the Uber Brigade rolled in. Then everything went downhill. Miserably. So my sentry turns on me yet again. So now I'm forced to take care of my sentry on this side. And the medic can't hit a still engineer with the crossbow.
Guys, why isn't there a fucking dispenser?
And then my team bitches at me. But it's okay because, well, nothing is fine actually. The team is pushing in and I can barely reach my sentry. Then I finally get the bright idea to make a dispenser for the heavy. Yay, go me! Unless, of course, the heavy gets backstabbed. And a crit rocket. And my sentry dies. So now I'm at the third line of defense, and you just want to keep doing this, okay? Just keep going back, make a new nest, wherever your team is, that's where you want to be, for sure. So I suppose this is getting a little redundant, so let's get to my final stand. The shit that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. So sentry down, no biggie, I got my trusty backup dispenser to help me in my endeavors. I'm just trying to build as quickly as possible before the other team decides to steamroll us. You see how well my team is defending me while I'm getting my shit up? That's the name of the game, folks. I've already made this joke, but people often forget this game is called Team Fortress 2. Not I have the most expensive hat, so I'm gonna distance myself from these plebeians Fortress 2. Anyways, I moved my sentry to a pretty dumb spot considering it can't reach that little hideout over there. Yeah, right there. And I moved it right as an Uber medic came through, but we somehow scared off an Uber pair. Nice. So I find this somewhat comedic. Out of all the things in the middle of the battlefield, my dispenser lives. I save it with the Rescue Ranger, so I do believe that this dispenser deserves a Medal of Honor for his service. So some quick advice, know when to pick up and move the damn thing, because you don't try to repair a sentry while an Uber is coming in. You get out of there. So now we're starting back at the bottom, but we'll go somewhere. Alright, so we're hitting the final moments of the battle. We put up a solid defense at the choke point, but we just gotta maintain this progress. My team knows what they're doing, so I'm just setting up while they got the other team on lockdown. Like mentioned before, this is a pretty dumb spot considering it's pretty vulnerable, but you just gotta make the best out of it. You know, like you just gotta scare off an Uber pair again somehow. Make sure you don't get bamboozled. We don't want no bamboozlers. Try to help this guy. He don't need help apparently. Fucker. Anyways, and then someone tries to cap it, it's like, nah, boy. And then someone tries to bamboozle me, it's like, nah, boy. Basically, my sentry's denying every scrub that tries to make a fast one. So I'm thinking we have this in the bag. We've defended for a solid 5 minutes now, so what could even happen at this point? Oh, you know, except for a heavy able to wreck my sentry. But it's okay because I'll just rebuild it. And holy shit, he's coming right up. He got the bright idea to actually come up here and put a stop to me. Well, you know what, friend? I'm not going down without a fight. Put that shit on the highlight reel. Top 10 plays of the month. Top 10 plays of the year. Oh, I'm fired up, fellas. I'm fired up. And at this point, I ain't taking no shit from nobody. We're at the last 2 minutes of this. Do you really think I'm standing for that crap? the sentry going up, and I fuck up. I'm trying to go scare off some hecklers, but really, I should have just stayed where my dispenser was and just repaired my sentry with the rescue ranger. I guess I get a little cocky, and surprisingly, there is actually a good sniper on a pub. And how convenient that I died the moment their team pushes up. So TLDR, I forget how to engineer and I'm losing all hope. I mean, this is just a sad display. What am I doing? Come on, man. But in all this shit, I get the most brilliant idea of my life. I know their team's about to push, so why not shut that shit down with the unexpected? Well, sticky traps are kind of obvious, but not in this play, boys. I see them coming. I see them moving. It's all about timing. I'm a grim, bloody fable with an unhappy, bloody end. Oh my god! Oh, we did it! We did it, boys! We won the round. This Dust Bowl game is ours. I may have died, but that's just the cost of winning, fellas. That is just the cost of doing this shit. But we did it. Overtime, fellas. We didn't. We won't let that shit happen. Red wins. Oh, glorious moments all over. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stick around. Subscribe if you wanna. Peace.